Hello, family and friends, and as always, my beloved veterans, it's Emilio.
And Daniela Ramon.
Hey, guys, we're so blessed. Thank you for joining us. We've had these special evening edition. We just got off with, who was the guy?
Oh, John Tay Hall, former Globetrotter, Harlem Globetrotter.
Oh, man, yeah, John Tay. So we just I got done doing the interview with him. He's actually going to be with us this weekend at the Spiritual Fitness Retreat here in Atlantic City. And so now we're transitioning over to one of our popular friends. Everyone knows him. We love him. His name is
Austin J.Haines.
Yeah.
Oh, and the
crowd goes wild. This guy's so popular. He's on our show this evening, and he's going to be tomorrow with.
Oh, he's going to be live with Tamara L. Hunter at 3:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You want to tune in for that.
Yes.
Tamara's
And that's
a wonderful interviewer, yeah.
Yeah, that's a special, because that's called the Service Heroes. So Austin was nominated to be on that show. She only brings people on, Tamara Hunter, or Service Hero, people who are impacting and influencing their communities in a big way. And so Austin is your guy. You know, he does the Flashpoint 2020. He's had events all last year, and now he has events coming up. So we're going to go ahead and bring him in because he's so popular that I want to squeeze a couple of minutes out of his evening to come on with you guys. So let's see if he's even backstage. All right. Awesome.
He showed up.
Hey.
Good evening. Hey, how's everyone doing?
All right.
What's up, Austin?
It's great to be here tonight, Emilio, with this preparation for the big weekend that's coming up. And I know there's a lot of crazy things happening right now. My message is your turnaround story is what matters most. You become an advocate in your best interest is what matters most, especially right now. We can get distracted in so many areas. I said it today, the noise is so loud and it wants to suck us in. It wants us to react. And it's in those moments where we can really say, what's in my best interest? Where's my area to serve? What can I do? And I really want to encourage everyone to be thinking in that way, because we're going to be navigating through the beginning of this year. We're already off with fireworks. And let's start some good fireworks in your life, some new colorful explosions, new directions, new beginnings, close the old chapter, and let's start to begin to move forward with hope, with faith, with all the things that we know are there if we can just tap into them. So I'm glad to be with you tonight, to be having these discussions about these very important things.
Yeah, brother. No, listen, we're grateful. We're grateful you're here. We're grateful that you're going to be sharing some of that continued wisdom with us here in Atlantic City. You're going to be here especially on Sunday. Is that right?
That's the plan. Yes. I'm going to come down. And I was at your last event. We had a great group at the last event. Many great things happened at that event. And the right people showed up. And you might be one of the right people that needs this right now. Because a lot of people I found, they're looking for next steps. They're looking for things they can get into to improve. I had a conversation today. I don't know what to do. I need to do this. I need to make these changes, and looking for that accountability. And I really think people are looking for that real accountability that comes through authentic conversations.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, Austin. No, Danielle and I were talking earlier before you came on, before we even came on with Jonte. We had a conversation about you, and someone had asked us, like, how do we know you? What do we think about you? And so basically we're talking behind your back.
Were your ears burning?
And so we were just sharing with them again, how you and I first met at a Toastmasters meeting, and then how instrumental you were with your dad, who's a United States Marine Corps veteran, which you gave me the honor to meet him. And Daniela and I, we built a special bond with him in the short time that we had that relationship. And then you went on to do something amazing, something that you love. You were able to marry your running, your marathons, and then you went ahead and you ran a United States Marine Corps marathon with your dad on the back. And so can you share a little bit about that?
Yeah, actually, I wish I could grab the.
Go for it. If you can.
It's downstairs.
Okay.
But I ran in honor of my dad.
Yeah.
I ran a 50-kilometer run in Washington, D.C., October of 2019. And it poured and rained the whole time. But it had special meaning for me. I literally went down there by myself, solo. And I said, I'm doing this. I'm doing it. It was a way for me to honor my father and his service to the United States Marines. And it was the first year, because this is one of the most popular marathons in the world, actually.
Yeah.
Wow.
To be able to run in DC. And I decided that I wanted to do the ultra because it was the first year they introduced the ultra marathon, which is
really
50 kilometers. And I said, I wanted to do something special. And I ran that. And I'll tell you a story that I've shared with a couple people. I'm not sure if I shared it with you, but I'm running this race in the pouring rain. It took me about 5.5 hours to complete it. So I'm running for 5.5 hours. And you get the feels, you start to feel all kinds of things when you're running, especially when I'm running for my dad. And I went out to this point and they said, this is like an honorary point. It's a peninsula. And basically this peninsula goes out and back. So as I'm running, I could see the runners coming back. And it was like you were running through a cemetery, and you saw pictures on the left and the right of fallen soldiers, people who gave their lives for this country, even police officers who have died in the line of duty. And even the guy Murph, who most people know from the movie Lone Survivor, I saw his picture, and I was he's a Navy SEAL that perished over in the Middle East. And well, here's what I found out. I found this out later. I said, where was that? Because it was like this, I can't describe it. I got goosebumps. And I looked at I'm looking it up, and I look down and I look at the map, and you want to know what it was called? Haines Point. Same as my last name. Haines Point. I thought, my goodness, does God speak, or the universe speak in mysterious ways? And
that's
running that is a challenge in and of itself. But then to run it in the pouring rain, it poured. When I say it poured and rained up until like the last maybe 3 miles. And then the sun came out and it got hot.
Wow.
Can I ask you, Austin, for those of us who don't understand now, 50 kilometers is how many miles?
It's about 32 miles.
Wow.
So a regular mile is a regular marathon is 26.2 miles. I understand it.
Yes. Normal people. Well, no, I guess crazy people do that. And then
and the crazier.
Yeah. Let me go add some more miles on that. And I know people, some people run even more than that, but again, it was just a way for me to pay homage to my dad and the Marines, to be down there, and surreal.
Wow. And Austin, thank you. And that's why we were talking about you, and when we remembered all these things that you've done. Not only have you been an inspiration to Daniela and I, and to a lot of people in our spiritual fitness community, we've supported each other's events. And so, and we love you for that. I tell people that out of all the people that we know here locally, you've been the one person who's really, we've leaned on when the shit's hit the fan with us, where I'm just kind of, I'm challenged with my PTSD or whatever it is. You've been there at pivotal moments when I really leaned on you, and you're giving me some great insights. And I know Daniela's been the same. Yeah. So for those people that don't know you, you're not just someone who does the Flashpoint, the turnaround story. You're a real important part of our community.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm not afraid of the shit hitting the fan. You know, but it's true. I mean, people that have gone, like just a shout out to Jonte. He has a great story, and I love basketball. It's was a big part of my earlier journey, but it's when you go through those tough moments and you come out better, not neutral, not worse, but better on purpose. You become extremely valuable to people, and the more you step into your purpose, the more you get over yourself. Because it's easy to think that who am I to do something like this, or I have these things on my shoulder and my back, but you got to get over yourself over and over again in order to serve others. And people may not treat you. You may get treated poorly, you know? And then I just, when you think about the Mother Teresa, do it anyway. Do it anyway.
Do it anyway. Wow. Wow. You know, Austin, now thank you for sharing that. I know I've shared with the audience, those that are watching, many will watch on the replay. You've also helped people really final moments. You've been called in, even though you've said many times it's not your specialty, but people have called you in when they're about to. Can you share some insights about that?
It's hard to describe. Years ago, I came up with this name called Transformational Space. And I'm actually bringing it up. I haven't used it in a while, but there's something that I do when I approach somebody where I want, more than anything, more than my words, there's two things I think about is my walk and my talk, number one. And then number two, when I'm engaging with somebody, do they feel free in my presence? And if I can do those two things, I can win. And I don't do them perfect. I mess up, I fall, but I'm aware. Ways that surprises them. They're even surprised. What has happened in the community, in the space. And my friend Brandon, who him and I, you met Brandon.
Yes. Yeah.
I love when he says, just show up. Just show up, because you know, sometimes it sounds simple, but when you show up, even when you feel like, who am I? I stink. I don't feel well. I'm depressed. I'm down. I can't go, because we have this thing like we got to feel good before we show up. No, you need to show up to feel good. Sometimes you need to get around the right people, not feeling like everything has to be freaking perfect all the time. And when you show up and you get in the environment, great things can happen for you. Great things can happen for you. And I encourage that. So I know what you're saying. People call me, but it's in what sometimes it's in what we don't say versus what we say.
Yeah.
And it's the void. And we all have trouble with the void. We all do.
Yes.
We all have trouble with the vacuum. We all have trouble with the void. When you're in a conversation, if there's a silent moment, it's like I got to say something.
Yes.
It's hard to just.
Yeah.
And just.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Powerful. You have that presence, and we were talking about that earlier. And we've learned a lot from you. We've learned a lot through the meditation, your practices that you do. Just amazing insights that you bring into a conversation. And I want to just share. Jennifer Tubman says, "Hola, Austin," and so we just finally got on this. So interesting thought. The more you get into what you do, the more you get over yourself. That's powerful, really deep. So that's a shout out, Jennifer.
Thanks, Jennifer. Shout out to you, girl.
Yeah. Sony Jackson. Okay. Also, she says hello. Even though
Sony.
So Sony.
Betsy Sanders is on. All right.
Betsy, everyone is saying
Betsy.
hello to you. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So Austin, what is going on now with you? There's this shift that's happened for many of us. 2020. Some people, oh my God, let's get over 2020. But there was growth in 2020. There was challenges, but there was also beautiful things that happened. How do you view 2020?
How I view it personally, and how I could talk collectively. How I view it personally is an incredible transformational breakout year for me that came to fruition not in the way I thought it would, but incredibly fulfilling. And I believe that the more I reflect back on 2020 and the further it gets in my rearview mirror, the more significance it's going to have in my journey. And for example, as you know, I did a 34-day cross-country road trip in the middle of a pandemic. People thought I was crazy. Who are you? You're crazy. What are you doing? Oh my God, are you safe? They're going to pull you over. You're going to get locked up. You're going to get blah, 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 blah. All kinds of crazy stuff people would say to me. I did that, and I recorded the 9 questions to overcome limiting beliefs. And as I reflect back on it and being able to make that decision, I said, yes, I'm doing this for myself. Yes, I'm doing it as an expression of freedom. Yes, I'm doing it to walk my talk, to say you can do great things in challenging times. But the decision to record that, I'm so glad I did, because, you know, many people may know, you know, Emilio, I battled for a long time with self-worth and lack of belief in myself. And it stopped me so many times from reaching my full potential. Self-sabotage, depression, you know, feelings of not unworthiness, you name it. And it showed up it doesn't matter how you try to hide it, it shows up. It's going to show up. It is going to show up. And it showed up in my life. And that's why when I look back on these 9 questions, and I thought, wow, this is my journey. Like, this is what I want people to, instead of you're going out and you're getting all the strategies, you're learning all the stuff, but not until you get real with yourself and you really uncover what is holding you back, can you really move forward. And that's what happened for me. And it continues to happen. Doing the cross-country trip, right. Flashpoint, we did a live event. So my goodness, 34-day cross-country road trip. We come back, we do a live event.
Yes. Yeah.
You know,
we got to meet so many people. We got to meet because of your event.
And let me be clear. It's not that Austin's some rebel, right? Although when you're on purpose, you see, it's a difference. There's a distinction. If I'm just trying to be a rebel, okay, then I'm trying to get attention. But if I am on purpose because I have a mission and I I make my decisions from that, you might be perceived as a rebel, right? It's not like you're trying to be a rebel. Rebel is the way people are perceiving you because you're doing things that are unorthodox or out of the ordinary, but there's a purpose behind it. There's a deeper meaning behind it.
Right. Wow, Austin. I know, being at your event, and we've been to multiple events, and this last one was amazing. And I know bigger and better things are coming. You've got this whole Flashpoint. Talk about what is a Flashpoint and what does that mean for those that want to learn more about what you do?
I love Flashpoint. You know why I love Flashpoint? And I had a discussion today. Flashpoint is the moment when it makes sense. It's the moment when you go, yes, that's why I struggled. That's why I suffered. That's why I got back up. That's why I kept on going. That's why I took the mountain in some cases. That's why I got out of bed that day when everything told me to stay in bed. It was over. But I got up and I put 2 feet on the floor. I made that phone call when everything about me said, don't make the call. It's the moment when you validate that your journey makes sense. And I want to share with you, Emilio, Flashpoint has become a dynamic thing because, and this is the way I like things to be, organic, because I bring it to the world, or whatever we bring to the world, we must allow the world to reflect back to us. And a lot of us don't do that because we get caught up in our idea. I bring it, and then people reflect back to me of what Flashpoint is. And in some cases, it means different things to different people. But there is a set definition, but it might mean something different for someone else. But here's what I want to share with you. Here's the value of it.
That's okay. It's just an alarm that came up, Austin. Sorry.
That's okay.
Okay.
There is a Flashpoint moment in your future when you become aware and you start to pull these basic principles together in a structured way over a period of time. And here's the thing. it may not manifest the way you think, but it'll be equal or better than what you thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
And it's extremely powerful. And I liken it to a moment. There's a moment. There's multiple moments. There could be reoccurring flashpoint, but there's moments where you have this surreal thing where you go, that's it. And I could share one with you that I had on my journey. Actually, when I was in the Grand Canyon, 15-mile hike down into the Grand Canyon, things didn't go as planned. The wheels came off. I get caught. A friend and we get caught in the Grand Canyon after dark. My first time there. I got news for you. I wasn't planning to be in the Grand Canyon at night. No, not in my plans, right? But Emilio, I looked up at the stars, and every part of my body, and even as I'm thinking about it, every part of my body just vibrated. It just goosebumps all over because I looked up at the stars, and it made such an impact on me. And I was like, this is what it's about. It touches you in a deep and profound way. And it's like, like Van Gogh said, whenever I get too predispositioned to talk about religion, I go and look at the stars, or I go and paint the stars. It's just so powerful. Like, and I'm spiritual fitness. I believe in a creator, and that's everywhere all the time. Everywhere all the time. It's right now. And we're looking for it. We're searching. We're seeking it. We're trying to find. It's right now. It's as simple as right now. And gosh, I'm going a little deep here, but I hope you're feeling what I'm saying. I hope you're picking down or picking up what I'm putting down.
Listen, we are, and we just picked this up. And I want people to, don't you tell people this, because we picked this up at your event. You designed this. And we've got people in our tribe that came over to your event. They have this in their office. They have it in their home. You made this design and one that I have in the bathroom, moving from a place of peaceful power. Talk about what inspired.
I am visual. I like to see things in front of me. And I thought I need something in front of me to constantly remind me of what I'm aspiring for and what I want to, and part of what I want to bring to the world, because it's not just about your flashpoint. It's about creating a life that you love, when what you love to do, what the world needs, what you can be paid for, and what you're good at all come together. And I don't why wouldn't we be aspiring to this? We don't aspire to it because we're living. So what the world needs, what you can be paid for, what you're good at, and what you love to do. It's when passion, mission, profession, and vocation all come together. This is a Japanese word. It's based in Okinawa. It's also in one of the blue zones, which I won't get into all that right now.
Right.
But there's signs everywhere. There's callings everywhere. Signs and wonders everywhere for us all the time. Every day when we wake up, we just got to increase our awareness and our consciousness of it. And the mind can take us to places we don't want to go. And we need to snap out of it and just say, and they teach this when people are going through anxiety. You start to breathe. What colors do I see? I see my fan in front of me. I see the walls. I see the crease in the walls. I see the light on my face. What do I feel? Like, it's all about dialing into the present moment. And the more you can start to do that, what you're doing is you're bringing yourself into the present moment without without trying to do it. You're doing it, right? And that's what you do with the breath, because the breath brings you into the present moment. Like when you stop and breathe, it's like everything just pauses, and there's that silence, there's that opening. And we need more of that in our lives, especially now, because the noise is loud, very loud.
Yeah, it takes you one breath, right? I know we agree that it takes one breath to fully bring us back to center, but it's got to be a deep breath.
Well, some philosophies, and forgive me, but will say when you get that one deep breath, You are connected to your higher self, your best self. So that's why in decision making, when you're stressed, the breath gets shallow, the body gets tight. The moment you can, you can grab the moment and go, let me stop. And the balloon of your belly expands, you're free. And that's what I say. When you can grab a moment, you're free. Because when you do that, you are connect. All of a sudden, heart, brain, everything starts to connect energetically. And now you're in a place to make a better decision. That's peaceful power.
Amen.
The opposite of that is anxious. I must, I have to, I got, I must, I have to, I got, I got, I got, I must have. You know, did you ever do this? You're moving stuff around. This over here. Have you ever been in that state?
Hey, that's me, and that's why I have to stay grounded.
Yeah, me too. And that's why I just go, whoa, who's in charge here? Right? Because my intention is creating the moment. Everything I intend. So, you know, when you start your day, you could look at your to-do list, or you could say, what is my top intention for today? When my head hits the pillow, what do I want to have had happen? And I promise you, if you do this and you put your head on that pillow, before you maybe you look yourself in the mirror. I was on Julie's podcast the other day, and she gave me a great tip, because I'm talking about recapping the day. What happened today? Run the tapes again. And she got a thing that she does, looks in the mirror and literally looks herself in the eye, has a quick conversation. What happened today? How'd you feel? Run the tapes again. And I'm like, today it's 8:00 here in the United States, here, northeastern corridor. I'm going to recap the day.
Right.
What happened? What did I learn? What am I going to take in tomorrow with me, so that I'm wiser, that I'm better, that I'm stronger, so that when I show up better for the people in my life.
Yeah, thank you for that, Austin. Yeah, I'm definitely, you added a practice, a ritual that we do now, and that is, we ask the question at night, what went right? Because normally we're recapping and what we got to do. I gotta, I shoulda. And then, it just creates more anxiety. Then you wake up with that. So when we started to do this, I can see a little shift where I feel more at peace, and whatever's going to happen is going to happen, because I went ahead and I asked myself that question. What went right today?
Yeah. And the thing that always pulls me back is when I go back to my purpose, because my purpose will take care of the how-to for me. And that's when you go back to your purpose. Just keep going back to your purpose. What are we doing this for? Why are we doing this? Why are we getting up in the morning? Why are we dealing with all this, right? When it's hard, why are we doing this? And the moment you get back into your purpose, and if you don't know your purpose, it's okay. It's there. You just need to reach out. You need to you need to show up this weekend.
Yes.
Spiritual Fitness Academy. You need to plug into my event. You need to do the Freedom Challenge. Just start, because your purpose is there. It's waiting for you. I said this the other day, Emilio, dreams never go away. What if somebody's 90 years old and they wanted to play professional sports? Dreams never go away. They just change. They will evolve with you. They are longing to come out. And to the degree that you feel like you have to do everything else, you will suffer when you deny your dream, your purpose. It is so important for your dream and your purpose to come out in order to live a fulfilled life. And it's freaking scary and it's hard, but it's so impactful, and it'll rip you open in ways and you can't even imagine. And it will cause you to love in ways you can't even imagine. It is profound, and it's everybody's call. Not everybody will do it, and I get it. And that's why I'm not everybody's cup of tea, Emilio, because I want to go deep, and I want to get to what moves people, because I know that life is going to be painful either way. Why not go and choose the road that you're going to go down? Choose your pain. Choose what you're going to do and create tremendous meaning around it, so that when you start to get and you start to achieve, it'll bring tears to your eyes. Like when I did these runs, sometimes I would cry. I would literally I would get tears in my eyes, because the meaning behind the training, the hours of running, the sacrifice, all of that means something.
Yeah.
And that's what we want. We want that in our personal lives. We want it in our relationships.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the only way to live. And when you realize that, you'll do it.
Yeah. Wow, man. You're dropping so many nuggets.
Mhm.
And I want to honor some folks here. Jennifer Nicole Tubin. Wow, I can just feel it now. Purely profound. And Betsy Sanders says, I like that. What did I do right? We're always more worried about what we did wrong, not what we did right. So Betsy Sanders, again, saying what we had said that we learned from you. Jennifer Tubin, Whip, I see you all.
Hold on, I
And
got to do this. I got to do this. Whippa! Did I do it right?
there's the state changer.
Yep, he got it.
There
I know
you go.
Jenny's loving that.
Yeah, yeah. You guys didn't know Austin's half Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
You know?
What you talking about, man?
And that's a great Elvis impression.
Oh, awesome.
I can do the whip.
Austin, she goes, as Austin, this is Jennifer. Austin, you definitely walk and fully embody your talk. I admire you and what you stand for very much, my friend. And she's giving you these, you know, the respect.
Yeah. And so when Austin said, you know, he's not everybody's cup of tea. Well, I love tea. So Austin is my cup of tea.
Yeah.
And I have you know something. My whole life, I'm 50 years old. Honest to God, I have never had a male friend. Never. And I consider Austin like, you know, one of my best friends. And like the first, I can say you were the first male friend that I ever felt comfortable like inviting into ever. Honest to God, never had a male friend in my life. I know that sounds crazy, but I never have. Never.
Wow.
So, guys, you know, so Austin again, he's a very, very big part of our family. The business side is just the business side. Businesses come and go, but you know, we're people over profit. I mean, you know, they say money isn't everything, but it ranks up there with oxygen. Mm-hmm. So, you know, we need the money piece. So we have our respective heart-centric businesses, but Austin Haynes is someone that you want to connect with because he's that person that if you're not a right fit, he'll tell you, he'll call you.
I'll find a right fit for you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I don't want to work with anybody or everybody. But I can align people too if they're not, you know, and we are building businesses here. Like this is a business for me. This is, you know, we do charity work. We're going to be doing more charity work, but it's also a business, and we will be good stewards, and we will help. We'll help the world in our particular way, whatever that is, and we will create things around that as well. Yeah.
Awesome, man. This is amazing. I mean, you've given us so many nuggets already, but what would be the final words you want to leave people with this evening?
Well, I always invite people to do the 9-question challenge, Emilio, because I'm gifting it right now.
Okay.
The feedback that I've received. I mean, you know, some of the people, life changing, and not just because of me. It's what's coming through me, and to be able to couple that with the places, the beautiful destinations. I mean, I was in Sedona, the Grand Canyon, Paladoro Canyon, Texas, just some majestic, beautiful places that you can't help but feel it when you're in that environment. So to be able to record this and open it up, I had people just tell me like consistently how this, I had people tell me, I get this quite frankly a lot. You have inspired me the most out of everyone that I'm working with. And I'm not even really working with them yet, a lot of them, but it's just what I put out there. And so that journey, take it with me. Take it now. It's free. 9 questions to identify. It's 9Q. It's 9Q.yourflashpoint.com. Okay. And I want to encourage anybody who's listened to this live or playback, just do it. It's 10 minutes a day. See, I know the power of simplicity because I know myself. I know it needs to be quick. I need to be able to digest it, and it needs to be impactful. That was my goal here. And you'll see it when you go through even video number 1. You'll feel it. If you don't feel it, get back to me. We'll make you feel it. We'll do something.
Austin, thank you for that. Let's go ahead. I want Danielle to put it in right now so that it's in the feed. What is it?
Repeat the 9. What is it? 9Q.
It's 9Q.yourflashpoint.com. And actually, Mandy just joined us. Mandy can tell you this experience for her has been, you know, and you know, like attracts like. Like all Mandy did is gravitate who she already is and where she's already going. That's all. It's not like, and that's what happens with this. Like it attracts people who are already going that way. And then when they come in and they go through it, it's just yes. And it gives them the courage to move forward, unlock what's holding them back, because my story, I had a big thing holding me back, and that's why I did this. So there it is. Thank you for the not. Yeah, Jennifer, I think just enrolled. Oh,
Awesome.
yeah.
I love it.
You had a little challenge, Jennifer.
She had a challenge.
But it's all good. And Amelia, the other thing I would say is I'm going to be at your event this weekend. Like, that's a big deal. I'm driving to Atlantic City. I'm going to be there because I learned from you and Daniela.
Yeah. We all really learn and really support each other. And
be honest, Austin, who's cooking? Why
I may have to bring some fast food down there. No,
yeah.
No, you are cooking. And
that's why you're coming. Just admit it.
Well, yeah. Sorry, Emilio.
It's not really the event.
No.
But truthfully, and Danielle, you're an amazing cook. I wasn't even thinking about the food.
You are.
Now I am. Yeah, I gave you another reason. But I was thinking about the event because I know what you're creating is to help people recover from life's traumas. Mm-hmm. Listen, you can't hide. You got trauma. We all got some trauma, and I know a lot of people have trauma, and a lot of people we do it. Like half the battle is getting people out of the silo, out of the silence, out of that solo, whatever that solo parade you're having. No one's watching. You got to come. We need you in the space. You got to take. You don't have to. You choose. Take a step and get down here. And I love this. This quote. I'm sorry. I'm just one more thing.
Go for it.
It's a church quote, but it says, "This church." I saw this years ago. It said, "This church is not a museum for saints; it's a hospital for sinners." Wow,
that's deep. That's deep.
And I love that. Listen, no one's got this thing figured out.
Yeah,
just get in the pool. Like, you might as well hang out and have some fun, or do something different.
Yeah. I've actually learned that from you. And I share that often wherever we're giving a talk that, I said, our good friend also J.Haines says this thing called life, no one has it figured out. So, we're here, but we need each other. We need community. And if you're not going to be a part of my community or Austin's community, get involved in a community that's going to be supportive, nourish you. It's not just a new year, my friends. It's a new decade. Okay. So Austin, we thank you. We love you. We can't wait to see you again down here. And I know if you are watching this on the replay, we do have 2 tickets available for Saturday.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And the key word is going to be, I want to see Austin Haynes. So if you say, I want to see Austin Haynes, you're in. All right.
Well, thank you. Thank you. It's an honor to be going down here. I recommend come down, get to the Spiritual Fitness Academy, meet me, say hello. I'd love to give you a hug if it's appropriate. I know we're going, but if not, we'll do something else. We'll give like a fist bump or something.
All right.
So thank you so much for honoring me tonight. I appreciate it. And I just, recommend everybody do something. Take a step. Just
thank you, Austin. And before we forget, you're going to be on a show tomorrow.
Yes.
3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
So Emilio connected me with Tamara Hunter, Service Heroes. She's got a great platform. And I love, from what I've seen so far, Tamara, you're doing a fantastic job with that platform. Wow, she does a great job highlighting people. So I'm honored. I don't even know what she's got cooked up. She was asking me for some things earlier. And then it's like, I got what I need. So it's going to even be a surprise to me. Yep. But I will show up and I will pour out again to my voice gets an earshot of the right person. One person may need to hear it. And that's what matters to me.
Amen, brother. Amen. Austin, love you. Have a good night. We'll catch you on the backside here, brother.